Welcome to the Automotive Blockchain channel, everyone. Hey, if you are looking at your screen, if you're driving, don't look at your screen, but if you are looking at your screen, you will see here that a year ago, I did a video that stated why I hodl SingularityNet. And I posed the question in that video on October 15th of 2020, would you drive a car? I just gotta put it out there. Would you drive a car with your mind? Would you do it? And in this particular video, I had spoken about Neuralink with Elon Musk, and I spoke a lot about SingularityNet. And as you can see on your screen, SingularityNet was worth how much? About 4.5 cents. Let's just kind of call it even. 4.5 cents 11 months ago. So I asked this question. It is now September 2021. Would you drive a car with your mind? Well, here's the thing, folks, is that literally 11 months later, we have Mercedes-Benz putting out in this article, PC Mag, and it was in a few other articles a day or so before this, Mercedes-Benz experimenting with mind control in vehicles. Drivers will be able to change settings as they drive by staring at light dots and thinking about them. And as you consider that, as you're thinking about this, thinking, wait a minute, this was 11 months ago, I posed the question, and now Mercedes-Benz is experimenting with it. This is not new, folks. It is not. The technology that is being put out there as it pertains to this has been going on for some time. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and first, I want to say thank you all of those to you who have come to the Automotive Blockchain channel bus. Thank you for getting on board. Love dove goes out from my heart to yours. Let's kick this thing off first with the Automotive Blockchain watch list. That's right, baby. The Automotive Blockchain watch list. For those of you that don't know what this is just my blockchain watch list that I use in order to kind of let everyone know these are particular companies that are doing something in the automotive industry. This is not investment advice at all. This is just kind of like my watch list that you can use for your own information so that you can continue to do research specifically on the automotive side. In all actuality, most of these companies have most of what their entire platform of services offered are outside of the automotive industry. But needless to say, you can go down here, you can see Bitcoin's on here, Ethereum's on here, and I mostly put those in there because I use those in exchanges, either because I'm swapping around and stuff like that. And I do have some Ethereum in a few bags. So I kind of hold on to that one because I think it's worth a lot more than Bitcoin in the long run anyway. But that being said, as in more profitable. But that's my opinion. You do your own research, figure what works for you. But if you realize over the past 24 hours, the market has been taking a little dip. Not all things have been taking a little dip though. You can see over here that 24 hours, a lot of things have been taking a dip, but IOTA right here, number 34, and according to CoinMarketCap, is up 64% still over the past 7 days. There's a reason for that, folks. Engine Coin is down, Ontology's down, IoTex, I've been talking about them a lot lately. I'm telling you, folks, I really think this particular project here is way undervalued, way undervalued. Matter of fact, just in 30 days, they may be down 21% in 24 hours, but they were double this about 30 days ago. So they were, I think, around 14 cents. And I think they're just undervalued. Ocean Protocol is where it's at, but here is SingularityNet. Remember, I just showed you just a few moments ago on October 15th of 2020. What was it? It was at 4 cents, 4.5 cents. And now you're sitting here at 53 cents. 53.5 cents is what it is worth, folks. So those of you who would have backed up your trucks back in October of last year because you were paying attention to this channel and you did some research on SingularityNet, you would have gone ahead and made your profits on that. If you would have, or you would have been holding on that. I'm still holding all of mine. I suggest that you consider doing the same research, figure out what's going to work for you. That being said, mind controlling of the vehicles. So this is not a new subject, folks. When we think about this, when we think about what's the importance of all of this and how does this play in the infrastructure of today, you have before you an article that was in Wired magazine back from March of 2011. It reads here, think your way through traffic in a brain control car. And you have to think about, this is going back, literally back to long before, you think about where was Bitcoin at in 2011? Where was Ethereum back in 2011? Where was most cryptocurrencies that you are even invested in, if you've invested in any at all, weren't even around in 2011. but the technologies that are out there is what's important. So all of these companies that you see over here, all these tokens that you see over here in the automotive blockchain watch list, you have to ask yourself, when you're doing your own research, what sort of real life utility, what sort of real life problems are they solving? Are they helping to solve in order to grow as a company? Because if they're not solving any problems, one, I personally would invest in them, unless of course it's like a meme coin and I just want to get some short stuff on that. But there are no meme coins on this list, folks. So you have to ask yourself, are they solving real world problems? Are they doing that? And you have to think about that when you're considering this. So way back in 2011, German researchers were talking about this, thinking your way through traffic in a brain-controlled car. The concepts were already out there, and they were using off-the-shelf parts, including electrocephalographs. And you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. Systems designed for gaming, and you fast forward to 2015, mind control. I drove a car with my thoughts. Again, a car in Germany can be steered through with thought alone. These are companies that are working with that. And I believe the device that they're working with here was the 14-node EEG machine put out by Emotive. I think they had interfaced the Emotive's machine with that. And I did a video back, and go back and listen to that video that I did back last year in October, folks. It touches on this sort of stuff. All right. And then we look at this again, 2015, December of 2015. Now, moving over from Germany over to China, Chinese researchers unveil brain-powered car. Let's just put it this way. All over the world, companies are looking into brain-powering cars. The Chinese are looking at it. The Germans are looking at it, and I can guarantee you, I'd like to believe that somewhere in the U.S. we're looking at it too. But it seems as if all the money's flowing in every single place but the United States. So Chinese researchers unveil brain-powered car. And China's first mind-controlled car has been developed by researchers in the northeast port of Tianjin. All right. So this is one of those things. And this is back in 2015, folks. So, you have to think to yourself, okay, well, what's the purpose of this? Why is all of this going on? Well, let's fast forward just 3 more years, maybe 2.5 more years. And we see that name come up again. SingularityNet partners with Chinese Neurotech firm Neurotech. SingularityNet will form a partnership with Neurotech to create AI-powered Neurotech for the consumer and enterprise markets. So why would SingularityNet do that? Well, let's scroll down a little bit and we can see why the partnership even exists. Look here, I'm highlighting it for you. The purpose of the partnership is to use SingularityNet's artificial intelligence to analyze the data gathered from Neurotech's EEG measurement products. Why are they doing that? This will allow people to regulate their, I'm going to say this slowly, this will allow people to regulate their states of mind better so as to guide their daily lives and their meditative experiences. Man, there is so much in that I could get into, but I'm going to leave it off of this particular video. But I'm here to tell you folks, this is getting deep, almost to the metaphysical level. So it will also help enterprises, now pay close attention to this, it will also help enterprise employees better monitor and self-regulate their states of consciousness on the job to improve both their job performance and their satisfaction. So think about this. As I get ready to go into the next paragraph and we focus on the fatigue level detection helmet, think about it. If you own a fleet, if you are a fleet owner and you have your drivers wearing these masks, these helmets, whatever you want to call it, and they're wearing these things, you'll be able to monitor if there are any type of issues or in rough traffic, if there are any accidents, if the person needs sleep. You can also think about it for automotive pilots, airline pilots, all of that sort of thing, on being able to monitor that to see if the person needs to take a break or not. So at present, and this is the key thing, at present, the main products of Neurotech include mind-controlled racing cars, like the remote control cars, a brainwave analysis eye mask, a fatigue level detection helmet, and a meditation headband. Those are the main products of Neurotech. So they are focusing on making sure that people are able to focus their brain in order to do tasks as well as meditate on these tasks. So there you have it in with respects to that. And now let's dig into what in the world is Mercedes-Benz doing with all of this, okay? Now I want to just take one quick note for this, okay? Enterprise applications are a major focus. For example, Neurotech has already deployed more than 10,000 customized helmets as one of many future orders to come for China's state grid to measure its workers' fatigue levels. All right, China is moving forward with this. They've already ordered 10,000 customized helmets. Do you see anything like that going on in Europe and the United States? Do you see that at all? No, they are literally maximizing themselves. You know, people can say whatever they want about China and how they are treating their people, whatever it is, but when you think about how they are going to literally be as efficient as possible to put out the best amount of work, and you know, you can say whatever you want about it, but do you think it's going to work? I'm just saying, do you think it's going to work in being able to help that out? So let's get over in what this means. Now, I'm going to pause for a minute. Who is SingularityNet? You've been mentioning them all this time. You may be new to the channel. You don't even know. SingularityNet, over here on their website, they have an AI marketplace to browse, trial, and integrate AI services. They have an AI publisher to create, monetize, and manage AI services. So not only can you integrate AI services, you can also manage, create, monetize, and manage AI services, all on this platform, which is built on the Cardano platform, folks. It is built on the Cardano platform. They just made the switch, or I should say they're in the process of finalizing all the switching over. The token is already on the Cardano platform as AGIX, so definitely look that up. But this is a big deal, and in my opinion, you do not realize how integrated artificial intelligence is throughout the entire ecosystem of your life. Look at this article here. And I understand we're still talking about cars, but think about this. SingularityNet and Domino's Pizza announced a strategic partnership back in 2019. Yes, this is for supply chain and delivery operations. That's right, the automobiles that talk about the supply chain that are going to be delivering either pizza or their manufacturing supply chain, whatever it's going to be. AI is going to be associated with that, specifically artificial general intelligence. I've done a video about AGI before. You guys can check that out. But that is just how diverse SingularityNet is. So now as we merge over into this article of Mercedes-Benz is experiencing with mind control in vehicles, and we understand drivers will be able to change the settings as they drive by staring at little dots on the dashboard and thinking about them. And you can see here with this person, she's sitting in the Mercedes-Benz, that is the AVTR, which is a concept vehicle at this point. And this person has that little node in the back of their head. It is unlike the emotive nodes that I've seen before, the helmets that I've seen before that have 14 nodes on them. But let's get this out. So the concept vehicles demonstrate, we'll back it up a little bit. Mercedes-Benz used the IAA Mobility 2021 show in Munich this week to unveil a number of new vehicles. But its concept car that's turning heads because it uses mind control. Concept vehicles demonstrate what could be possible in the future rather than what will be in next year's vehicles. And the Vision AVTR, as I like to call it, the avatar, does exactly that. There's no wheel, no buttons, no dials inside. The car's just smooth surfaces capable of acting as a display. Interacting with the car's system will be achieved through BCI, that is brain computer interface. And as you can see right here, this beautiful looking concept vehicle of the AVTR. This is an upgraded version from the one that I've seen in other ones, in other videos, but you can see this vehicle here. It looks straight out of any type of futuristic movie that you have ever seen, but that is what it is. And this is what they are doing. Mercedes-Benz calls this a milestone, and pay close attention if you are still paying attention to this. Milestone in the merging of man and machine with research and development of brain-computer interface applications in cars. So that is something that is going to be going on. And when you start thinking about if they are going to be putting together the databases, the blockchain, the distributed ledger technology, the acyclic graphs, whatever it is that you want to call it, if they're going to be putting these things together, and it's not a matter if, as they are putting these things together, and they're putting marketplaces together so that these artificially intelligent Internet of Things are talking with each other and being able to communicate with each other on common platforms in a smart city, on a smart grid, in a duplicate, what we'd call a digital twin city, your brainwaves will also be in that twin city. That is right. What you do in that car, how the car is steered, the streets that car goes on, and all of your mental fatigue, your mental excitement, your chicken nuggets that you might be eating in there, all of those sort of brain waves and how you focus are going to be in there. Anytime you get into an accident, what you may be thinking, if you're stressed out, all of those sensors are going to be able to pick up on that. So this is, in my opinion, where things are going. I have to say, I almost want to put a 99.9% on that, all right, folks? But all of this money is being invested in that, and this is going to be, as it says right here, to enhance your driving comfort in the future. So you have that for that. I actually kind of like the idea in some respects, but I can't get away from actually just putting the pedal to the metal at all either. So, hey, that's it. Let me know what you think. Put the comments in the comment section, and I'll see you next time.